Hello, all you book lovers. We are excited to have you back.
And in our room.
And in our room. Tonight is going to be our first, but hopefully not our last, bedtime stories with Adam and Sarah. This is going to be a way for myself and my beautiful wife to talk about all things books and things that we're interested in. What are we going to talk about tonight, my love?
We are going to talk about the next Hunger Games book, which is Catching Fire. We're talking about how we're excited for the movie that's coming out, and actually Catching Fire is probably my favorite book in the series.
Very good. It's not my favorite book, but I liked it a lot more than I liked the first one. I liked Mockingjay the most. I thought Mockingjay was amazing, but I'm excited for Catching Fire to come out. I liked the first Hunger Games movie. And you liked the first Hunger Games movie as well.
There was a little bit of stuff that I probably could have lived without, like the terrible, terrible chariot scene where the fire looks so fake.
Definitely. And from what I've read, and there's going to be a new trailer coming out for Catching Fire soon, which I'm excited to see. And from what I've read, they've dumped a lot more money into this one. So I think a lot of the bad special effects and some of the kind of low budget stuff, a lot of those problems, a lot of those problems I think are going to be solved. But other than budget and other than just, the glamour of the film itself, what do we want to see from the movie?
Definitely more of Peeta and Katniss. I did feel like in the first movie, I just didn't buy it. And I know you're not supposed to technically buy it because Katniss doesn't really buy it yet or doesn't know if she buys it. But as far as the movie goes, I just couldn't get past the fact that Peeta was kind of a wimp, and he was a nice guy, but it didn't do it for me. So I kind of want to see more. I want to see more of a connection between the two of them, because right now I'm on Team Gale, because he's just a beautiful man.
Even though he wasn't in the movie at all.
Yeah, he was in there for like 2 seconds.
In the first one.
But he was a beautiful 2 seconds.
Didn't even know he had a team because he wasn't in the film. I don't know if I would call Peeta a wimp in the first movie. You really felt like he was a wimp in the first movie?
To me, they didn't play up on how strong he was, because that was one of the big things in the book. And that was one of his strengths. That's what he shows the judges, but that's not really emphasized at all in the movie. He just kind of seems like a weenie that doesn't know what he's doing.
They gave him the one kind of lame-o scene where he checks the big make-believe weight that's clearly not heavy when he picks it up in the movie. But so I can see that. I'm fine with...
And he's short. He's way too short. Jennifer Lawrence towers over that boy. Sorry. In the next movie, he needs to be like 3 inches taller.
But he didn't lose his leg at the end of Hunger Games, because he lost his leg in the book, didn't he?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he lost a leg.
Bet me money.
Bet.
He did not lose a leg.
I'm pretty sure he lost the leg. I'm pretty darn sure he lost the leg.
He didn't lose a leg.
I'm fine with more romance in the next Hunger Games movie.
I didn't necessarily say romance, but just a connection. Plus, there is a pretty deep romantic scene with them and the pearl. He gives her the pearl at the beach.
Yeah, that's a little foggy, I'm going to have to admit.
Again, this one's my favorite book.
Yeah.
And I do want to see a lot of Finnick. Although I am not crazy about their choice of Finnick. So the actor that they got, he just doesn't look beautiful enough.
Yeah, and Finnick's another one that I'm fine with. I like the character fine in the book. And,
yeah, but I want to see what he looks like how he plays out on screen, because in the book, he's supposed to be beautiful, and I've seen that actor. He ain't beautiful.
Yeah, I'm neither here nor there on Finnick.
Well, what do you want from Catching Fire?
Well, the thing I'm most excited about seeing in Catching Fire is the arena. The arena in that book was a character unto itself. The
clock.
The ticking time bomb that it was, the different sections. It was palpable. It was so scary, to be in that arena. The arena from the first one is very, it just kind of is, and
yeah,
they
did a good job.
They did
of showing you that people they're just let's make these insane looking dogs. Oh, throw fire right there at her. Like, I liked that they showed more behind the scenes, so it felt a little scarier.
Oh, I agree. I think they did that.
But in the next one, it should be a lot more terrifying.
Yes,
especially
absolutely.
since it's so scheduled.
Absolutely, and I want to feel that as a viewer, as an audience member. I want to feel.
They have to show us too that Katniss knows how to swim because her dad taught her. They really should have showed us that in the first movie instead of, by the way, in the beginning of the second movie, Katniss's dad teaches her how to swim and crap. Don't you remember that?
Yeah, but is that really critical? I mean, people know how to swim. I don't know why that would be.
Most of the kids don't. Most of the people in there don't.
In where?
In the arena this next go around. Like Peeta doesn't know how to swim.
That kind of throwaway for me. I mean, they could have Peeta.
Well, what do you care about?
They could have Peeta swimming.
What do you care about?
They could have Peeta swimming and catching fire, and it would be fine. No one would even blink.
What do you care about other than the arena?
I'll tell you the other thing I want from Catching Fire. The arena, obviously, but I also want them to be very forward-thinking in this movie. Catching Fire is a lead-up, obviously, to Mockingjay. That goes without saying. But it's not. It's the Empire Strikes Back kind of phenomenon where,
which is a Star Wars movie for those of you who don't know.
Yes, and it's not a book, I guess, but where the book ends and it's all build up for the next book. And so I want them to do a lot of the behind the scenes things. And from the first trailer, it looks like they were doing that between the president and what's the game maker? Darn it, what's his name?
Snow?
No, yes, no, that's the president. The game maker that becomes...
Not Plutarch.
Anyway, the game maker... Obviously, I'm not... I like the books, but I'm clearly not a diehard fan. I want there to be a lot of political intrigue behind the scenes. I want there to be a... While they're in... Obviously, the book is first person, and so you're gonna have plenty of time in the arena, but I want there to be a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, them trying to work out how they're going to rescue them, spoilers, how they're going to rescue them from the arena, how they're going to take down Rose, how they're going to start building up all of this.
Rose?
And then the President Rose?
Snow.
Like I said, not diehard fan.
He likes roses.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why I got it. How they're going to topple him, essentially. Those are the two main things I want from Catching Fire. I want to feel how frightening the arena is, and I want them to be very, very forward-thinking about the political intrigue and it leading into Mockingjay. That's what I want.
So what you're telling me is the fact that they didn't do any lead-in to anything in Catching Fire in the Hunger Games movie, that doesn't bother you. But the fact that you want tons of lead-in to Mockingjay, that would bother you if they didn't do that. No. Yes or no?
No, I don't have to say yes or no. I can answer for myself. I don't have to say yes or no. First off, there was lead-in at the end of the Hunger Games into Catching Fire. But there's not a whole lot in the book. The book ends, you're like, okay, where is it going to go from here? At the end of Catching Fire, it is very clearly leading somewhere else. The end of Hunger Games just kind of ends. Actually, the ending of the first Hunger Games book is kind of a dud, to be honest with you. And so... But the end of Catching Fire is like, we are taking this story somewhere. It was very apparent, and they need to do that with the film. It can't be... It's not a standalone movie. It is not. It is not a standalone movie. It's not
Which
a standalone
one?
Story. Catching Fire.
Oh, okay.
It is... The first Hunger Games could be a standalone story, in my opinion. Standalone book. She couldn't have written any sequels to that, and it probably wouldn't have made a hill of beans to anybody. But the end of Catching Fire, absolutely, there is a book that needed to come after that, and they need to do the same thing for the film, in my opinion.
He has lots of those.
I do. Any other things you want to see from Catching Fire?
I just want it to go... I want Katniss and Peeta to go more into an actual... I want to actually buy it. I'll buy it right now. All I can think of, especially when I watch the movie, is how elementary and kid-like it is.
Yeah, it is. It's good. And
I'm not asking for any kind of an adult-heavy relationship. I just... The acting, as far as maybe Peeta... I think Jennifer Lawrence, I could kind of buy it, but you could just tell she didn't even know what she wanted, which is true to the book. But... I don't know. I just didn't buy it from him. He just seemed like he was an elementary school actor and was just kind of being elementary.
I think you're being a little hard on him. I think you're being. I think you're being a little hard on him. Okay, so other than the connection, other than that relationship, is there anything else you want to see from the Catching Fire movie?
Finnick. I'm interested to see what they do with Joanna because she's supposed to be naked in gold.
Is that Jenna Malone?
Sure.
In the movie? The actress.
She's the one that's in Hatfields and McCoy's movie.
Yes, Jenna Malone.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see her in that movie. I think she's a good
You're
actress.
excited to see her gold in that movie?
No. I'm excited. I think she's a good actress.
Yeah.
I think she plays some scuzzballs, but
yeah, she never plays good people.
But I think she's a good actress, so I'm excited to see her in that.
Yeah,
film.
I think she'll do okay. But I'm interested to see, especially since this is a kind of a target audience, what they're going to do, because she's supposed to be naked gold. So
when they're on the chariots, right? When they're bringing up the chariots, or when is that point where she's naked in gold?
Like in one of the
Did I even read this book? I don't even remember it.
I think it's before, like they're getting to know everyone or something. I don't know. But I remember there's nudity, and I was interested to see how they were going to do that in the movie, because it's PG-13. I'm not into nudity.
Interesting. Very good.
Yeah, that's probably my most, like, what are they going to do with that? But I'm with you. My favorite part of the Catching Fire book, anyway, was the arena itself. It was really interesting. And they didn't have to do a lot of backstory as far as why are they having the Hunger Games, and it's really scary to get picked. And so they go right into it. So I'm excited to see it for those reasons.
Very good. But overall, we're excited. I know we were kind of down on the first one. We both like the first movie.
No, we both like it. We both own it.
We both we own it. We don't both own it, but all right. We both enjoyed the first movie. We're excited for Catching Fire, and I don't know. We'll see how the next trailer is, and eventually we'll see how the film is. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining us for Bedtime Stories with Adam and Sarah.
Can I go to bed now?